Hello everyone, my name is Maryna Tsehelska. I am a director, a founder and the director of studies of the Educational Center Interclass, which is the after-school establishment where we teach children of different ages and, by the way, not only children but adults as well. Educational Center Interclass, as many educational centers and language schools and language courses, has one particular aim. We want to be successful so that the students could come back and so that we could say that this is our student and be proud of his or her results. However, that's not that easy. It took us many years to understand how to do training really successful, and when we started in 2007, that was not the way we have it now. So before talking about the effective ways of teaching, I'll try to describe how we reached this point and what are the methods and the ideas that drive us to the way. When I say us, I mean not only myself, I mean the teachers, the staff, and many other helpers who advised me in this unusual endeavor. So, some words about history. We started in 2007 and I was full of ideas, mostly connected with how to use communicative strategies and how to teach with the communicative strategies. This is a rare artifact, our textbook friends, which we widely used at the very beginning. The students had real fun, we enjoyed the process, and this process was coupled with using groups of vocabulary which are close to picture dictionary, but the maps like this, the posters like this, allowed revising this vocabulary from time to time. The first year was fun, but the second year a new feeling came. We started feeling that probably that's not enough for Ukrainian schools. Why? It's difficult to explain. Some students wanted topics, other students wanted more grammar, and almost none of them wanted to practice dialects. Again, most of our students live in a passive language environment, and that means that only few of them travel, and most of them learn English to be successful at school. So I came back to the conferences again, but now the conferences were a bit different. I started searching for the memory strategies, because being overwhelmed with vocabulary, students somehow didn't remember that much, and learning wonderful speech strategies, they couldn't explain really what to do in English, and they couldn't explain their actions, activities, so we saw that probably basic English or the basic level should be a bit different from what was offered by the textbook friends. So I turned back to Eidetics, which gives lots of memory strategies, and again vocabulary grouping was important, but now we grouped all vocabulary into the mind maps. The mind maps, as many of you know, reflect the way our brain works. So we have the main idea and we have sub-ideas, and the sub-ideas they are like the categories of the main idea, and that was pretty good and much better than practicing dialects. But still, that was not the result. They would satisfy the learner who wants to pass IELTS test, an IELTS test, or a TOEFL test, or any kind of a serious testing. So the next step I made was thinking of cognitive strategies, and cognitive strategies were the ideas that really helped, that really assist in understanding how to teach. We can't say that this is cognitive teaching, because any kind of teaching and learning is cognitive. Like cognition, this is how the brain works. And I use the word cognitive only to let you understand what brought us to the ideas. But the strategies we used were aimed at recycling the vocabulary. Like, how would you recycle this kind of vocabulary? Or how would you recycle the vocabulary from this textbook? Usually, the teachers are advised to go back to the same topics, just to go through the book again and to have a kind of recycling during every lesson. That's difficult, and there is no time, and very often both teachers and students are bored with the idea. So we started making the maps which would contain not only the vocabulary but also the syntaxes. The syntaxes in these maps is a bit eidetic, so it shows how not our brain works, but how the brain may be helped with the colors and the shapes, and how the vocabulary may be meaningful due to some categories. But I consider the most important moment of our teaching is the development of thinking skills. Because our students learn and recycle the vocabulary through the thinking skills, which allow them using the same strategies in their further speaking and learning. So, in this series of videos, you will learn how we work at the Educational Center Interclass with the students of different ages who come here voluntary, who come here because they want to come here, who have not that many classes and who crave for intermediate results. We do all these kinds of effective teachers through cognitive strategy, by recycling vocabulary, and by constantly training our thinking skills. Thank you very much.